So which of these three approaches, results, competencies or behaviour, should you use? Well, it depends on the nature of the job. You might use results and focus primarily on results-based performance measurement, where you can accurately specify and measure outcomes from the role. So a classic instance is a foreign exchange trading room. And I know what you're thinking, but it isn't just about results, is it? It's also about the way that they behave in the trading room, particularly in relation to fellow employees. There have been some famous cases of sexual harassment come out of big trading rooms in the last decade in Australia because people's performance has been measured solely in terms of results. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be measuring results. What it does mean is results measurement may not be enough. You need the behavioural measurement to moderate the results achievement. It isn't just a matter of what you achieve, but how you get there, how you achieve. And that gets us on to behaviours. When would you focus on behaviours primarily? When you can codify a set of behaviours that define standard job performance. This would apply primarily to routine jobs, but not exclusively. So you might have primarily a behavioural focus where you've got routine service jobs. Just giving an example. And perhaps where the results are difficult to measure. So in service work, for example, the behaviour is often the result. So measure the behaviour. Don't try to codify the results because they're probably quite ephemeral. Look at the behaviours. And the last one, competencies. Inputs. You might focus on inputs or competencies, knowledge, skills, abilities, where the job itself doesn't have a preferred behavioural pathway. So it really doesn't matter which way the person gets to the results. So behavioural prescription is not the right way. And it might be that the results are also difficult to measure. So an example of roles where this might be the case would be in carer work, where there's a high emotion content. Difficult to measure the performance of a childcare worker. In my space, there's an argument that keeps raging about whether you can measure the performance of a teacher. When we select academic staff, we look at inputs, we look at competencies, we look at some results in terms of journal output, etc. But we look at the inputs primarily. Does this person have an academic capability set that we need? So what I'm trying to say to you is, and it goes back to what Jacques was saying about the changing nature of jobs. These are the options you've got: results, behaviours, competencies. There's no one right way to do this. You need to fit the mix of criteria to the nature of the job. And back to my first point, performance management these days is about talent maintenance. And that doesn't mean preserving the status quo. What it means is maintaining your focus on changing job content, on changing criteria in line with that changing job content, in communicating those changed criteria to your line managers and performers, of course, and making sure that you're measuring the right things, enough of the right things, in a clear and reliable way. If you do that, I think you can crash through the pain barrier that is often there with performance management in organisational life. It is possible, I'm submitting to you, to do it well, but it is hard to do well. But I think it needs to be done well.